welcome to Lauren Reed Color. Thanks for joining me for today's video, which is showcasing my coloring plans for the month of July 2026. This month I am going to be winging it a little bit more. I do have books that I plan to color in, but I'm going to be a lot more flexible. So while I am going to show you the plans that I plan on coloring, I'm not sure I'm going to get to any of them really. We will see. There are one or two that I will definitely get to. So yeah, let's get started. The first page that I will definitely be doing is in my coloring planner, and it is this little vignette by Agotapop, which I purchased from Etsy, stuck into my coloring planner, and I'm coloring with Castle Arts pencils. So this one I am calling House Plant because it's a house with a plant. Makes perfect sense to me. I'm not yet sure what color palette I'm going to be using. I think I might try and get something out of Sarah Renee Clark's Color Cube, just at random, and color it those colors because I've got already summer. I did summery colors last month, and I don't want to repeat those. So maybe blues and reds, maybe. Anyway, not sure yet. We will see. So that is my page in my coloring planner. I do have a couple of whips that I plan on chipping away at. I'm not sure that I'll finish them this month. It will see. I will color them whenever it strikes my fancy. But the first one is in So Many Cozy Animals by Kimma Parrish. I have up on the channel a video where I showed you this book as well as did a paper test. And the page that I did that for is this one with the teacups. I used a variety of different mediums, Prismas, polys, Castle Arts, Inktense, Neocolor 2s, so do check that out if you're interested. I'm thinking of coloring the rest of the page slowly but surely, and I will probably be using the Inktense with Prismacolors on top. We will see. That's, I think if I remember correctly, that was the combination that came out best on this paper, but I'm not 100% sure. One thing I do know is that the Castle Arts did not perform well, and they are usually my go-to pencils, which work on almost any paper, but they did not like this paper at all. So not going to be using those ones. Yeah, so check out that video if you are interested. And that is So Many Cozy Animals by Kimma Parrish. Another whip that I have is in Mythographic Wild Summer by Joseph Katzenbang. I had such great plans. I was going to finish this page before the end of the month, but yeah, you know what they say about your best laid plans. Anyway, the page that I'm working on is the Hippo page, and I am coloring this one for the Wild Year of Color 2026 hashtag hosted by Jamie at Finding Joy in Color. I was originally going to do a page in Meine Reise durch Afrika by Rita Berman, but I wasn't feeling that page, so I decided to do this one instead. And of course, it worked for my own Mythographic Collective hashtag. That's a group that I'm hosting with Maria from Colorful Mother of Three, and the book of the month of June was Wild Summer. And so it really was two birds, one stone, but I didn't finish the page. What have I done so far? I have based with alcohol marker, and I have started shading, and I am shading with Castle Arts pencils. I've done the slide. I've started to shade the background. I need to finish the hippos, and then I'm going to be using acrylic markers to do the bushes. So those are my plans, and I'm hoping to finish it this month. Hopefully, we will see. Yeah, so that is my whip in Mythographic Wild Summer by Joseph Katzenbang. Then I have my whip book. My whip book is Johanna Basford's Rooms of Wonder. For the month of July, I am going to be participating in two coloring trends. The first one is the page hopping trend, and the second was the Color for 30 Minutes for 30 Days challenge developed by Kira at A Pictured Purpose. If you're interested in knowing what I'm going to be doing, there is a video up on the channel explaining my entire process, and there will be updates throughout the month on what I'm going to be doing in this book. In the meantime, there are several pages that I have chosen to begin coloring in. These pages are not going to be finished in the month of July. They are just going to be started this month. The first one that I'm going to be coloring in is this one. Okay, so this is the page I will start. I will color for 31 minutes beginning today. Yes, and yeah, let's see what happens. with it. I'm interested. Yeah, so that is my whip book, Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford. The next page is in Luna by Lydia Fenwick. I absolutely adore this book. I think it's my favorite book in my collection right now. Anyway, this is a buddy with the lovely Lisa from Lisa's Coloring Nook. And the page that we have decided to color is the Shepherdess page. So if you've been watching the channel, you know I have an assistant, my roommate, Karen, and she's been on at me to color a sheep for at least a year, and she is finally going to get her wish. Lisa and I were debating between several pages. The other popular choice was this one, but in the end, the sheep won out. So what do I have planned for this page? I want to have a cloudy daytime background. These are jeans, so they're going to be denim. And then I'm thinking of having a pink sheep. I don't want to have a white sheep. I think white sheep would be too boring for the page. So I think I'm going to do it some other color, either pink or purple, but it's going to be a pastel-y color, regardless of which color I choose. So perhaps lilac or peach, some sort of pastel color. Yeah, so that is the page that I'm going to be doing with Lisa from Luna by Lydia Fenwick. Next, we have my page in Mythographic Dragonspell by Joseph Katzenbang. I am participating in a group on Instagram where we are coloring this book in its entirety. And the page for July is the Dragon Catcher. I adore this page. It's one of my favorite in the books. And I think, whenever I think of it, I'm like, yeah, I think of that line from Jaws about needing a bigger boat. Only for this page, it's we're going to need a bigger net. Anyway, I think it's just an adorable page and I am really eager to color it. Again, not really sure what I'm going to be doing for the color scheme. Perhaps reds and oranges or pinks and purples. Yeah, I'm always going for the purples. Purple is my favorite color. So invariably, I have to talk myself out of using purple on every single page. It sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Anyway, so this is the page in Mythographic Dragonspell. My next planned page is for my own Creative Haven 2026 hashtag, and the book that I'm going to be coloring in July is By the Sea by George Dufexis. The page that I'm planning is actually a whip. One moment. It's this one. So as you can see, I'm actually pretty much halfway through. So up on the channel, there is a video showing you how I color in my color by number books. But one of the things that I tend to do is to start with a color at the top and then work my way down. So I basically color across. So I color this color, then I switch to these colors and so on. I know that a lot of people tend to color the same number throughout the page, then move on to another number, but I don't do that. I know that if I do that, I will get burnt out. So instead I color across, and I've more or less finished the top half of the page and all I've got left is the bottom. So it shouldn't take me too long to finish this one. I might even start another one, but we will see. Yeah, so that is my page in By the Sea by George Dufexis. Oh, and I'm using Castle Arts pencils for this page. Next up is Romantic Country by Eerie. All of the pages that I've discussed so far, the Rooms of Wonder, the Lunar, Dragonspell, and By the Sea are all books that I'm going to definitely be coloring in this month. And I'm also going to be coloring this book because it is the book that we are working on for the Saturday Snippets feature up on the channel. And the page we're working on is the, Sleepy Time page. So if you've been watching those Saturday snippets, you know that this page started off a bit of a disaster. I was using Faber-Castell gelatos and I didn't like the end result, but then I used my do-it-yourself distress ink technique to fix up the background and basically went over with a mixture of gouache paint and glycerin so that I could put it onto the page. And I do like the marbling effect that the gelatos that are underneath have given to the background. And then we colored in all of the flowers. So what we have next is the foreground of the page. So I will be coloring this on the Saturday Snippets feature. So if you are following that, you will see the entire process. I'm also considering doing another page in this book, and it is the Village Patisserie page, which I am have been wanting to color for quite a while. I have colored this page, and as you can see, I used soft pastels in the background and they're beginning to fade. So I'm thinking that when I color this side, I will fix up the background on this side as well. We will see if I even get to that. Definitely a maybe and not a definitely. All right, so that's Romantic Country by Eerie. All of the pages that I'm going to show you from now on are maybes. I don't know if I will get to all of them or any of them. I want to be a little bit more spontaneous in my coloring. So although I have these pages planned, I may or may not get to them. If some other page catches my fancy, I will probably be doing that one instead. But I do still have some plans. The first one is Mythographic Paradise by Fabiana Attanasio. I host a group on Instagram, the Mythographic Collective, and I'm hosting that with Maria from Colorful Mother of Three. The book that was chosen for July is Fantasy Forest, but I don't have that book. So I instead am going to choose one of the prompts that is chosen every month and color in Mythographic Paradise. The prompt that I'm doing is dolphin, and the page that has dolphins is this one. So yeah, this is a really busy page, and that is why I'm still, undecided about whether or not I actually want to color it. But whatever I decide to do with the page is going to depend on what I decide to do with this, either sun or moon. If it's a sun, it's going to be a bright summer sky, bright water, bright dolphins. If it's a moon, I'm going to go for a darker color palette. So a nighttime sky, nighttime scene, water, gray dolphins. So it all depends what I decide to do for that and whether or not I even decide to color in this book. As I said, I really want to be a little bit more spontaneous and not so rigid in my plans. Yeah, Mythographic Paradise by Fabiana Attanasio. Another maybe page is in Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosannes, and the page that I'm thinking of doing is the lantern page. Again, it's really busy, so I don't know, but I do want to color a page for Jo at Geordie Colors, her Color the Fairy Tales hashtag. One of the prompts is a lantern because the fairy tale of the month is Aladdin, and I think that this would be perfect for it because you've also got these sort of, Moroccan or Marrakesh style pots and jars and things in the background. So I really think this would be great for that hashtag, but again, it's really busy, I'm not sure, and so I'm still undecided, so it's a maybe. Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosannes. Another maybe page is in Fairy Tales and Folklore by Emily Liederhol Oberg. Again, I'm hosting a group for this book on Instagram, and the page chosen for July is, is the whale page. So this majestic whale in its bed of flowers is July's page. While I started this group, aside from the very first page, I have not colored any of them. And that's why I say I want to be a bit more spontaneous. There are pages that I want to get to, but because I have so many plans, I never get to them. And this is another maybe. So it may or may not get done in July. We will see. That's Fairy Tales and Folklore by Emily Liederhol Oberg. The final maybe page is in Daydreams by Hannah Carlson. If you've been watching the channel, you know this is my project book and I've been making great progress in it, so I really want to color another page, but it all depends on how much time I have. And the page that I am going to be doing, is the Wild Rose Garden. So I'm also in a group on Instagram for Hannah Carlson. This is not a page that was chosen, but there are prompts for summer, for butterflies, for flowers, and so I'm going to be doing this page. I'm thinking, of course, it's going to have a blue background because I'm going to be having blue backgrounds throughout this entire book. So I'm thinking blue background, perhaps orange, roses and purple butterflies. That is, and of course green leaves. So that is my plan for this page, but again, it all depends on whether or not I feel like coloring it, but I probably will color this one because it's my project book and I'm really enjoying coloring it this year. Yeah, so Daydreams by Hannah Carlson. Okay, so those are all of my plans, my maybes for the month of July 2026. And I hope you enjoyed seeing what I'm going to be doing. Thanks everybody for watching the video. I hope to see you all soon. Bye for now.